Happy Monday morning, 6th graders. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend and you guys are ready for yet another week of school. We are coming down to the last 4 weeks of school. There is 20 days left of school. That's crazy. Also really exciting. We are in our last language arts book, 610, and a lot of these lessons, if you were able to, when you were going over lesson 1 on Friday, if you look over the table of contents, it's a lot of reviewing. You're reviewing a bunch of the things that we learned about in 6th grade. So I probably will not be making that many videos of this book, teaching videos, because I know it's a lot of things that you guys already know. So it would be probably fairly easy for you guys to just read over your new part and go ahead and do your lesson. But today I'm going to go over a little bit with our adverbs section. You guys remember what adverbs are? Adverbs are words that describe verbs, primarily verbs. We also learn that they can modify adjectives, okay? And they can come directly before the adjectives they modify. They can also modify other adverbs as well. So you know adverbs can modify verbs. They can also modify our adjectives, and they can also modify our adjectives. Let's read at the bottom of page 6. Adverbs are describing words that modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. They answer the questions how, where, when, and to what extent, okay? Adverbs that modify verbs may be anywhere in a sentence. Find the verb first, then we ask our questions to find our adverbs, right? So this is always how you find adverbs. You guys know this. You find your verb first, and then you ask how, when, where, or to what extent. To what extent would not really apply to when it's describing a verb. The only questions you're going to need to ask when it describes your verb is how, when, and where. So if we look at the example sentences, the hunter opened. How did he open it? He opened it carefully. Rachel pulled the chair. Where did she pull it? She pulled it away. And Mother said, we will be picking strawberries when? When are we picking them? Tomorrow. So those are all examples of adverbs. Jumping up to the top of page 7, we have adverbs that modify adjectives come directly before the adjectives they modify. All right, and what it means by that is, notice I have their example sentence written up here on the board. Mr. Johnson noticed Fred's neatly combed hair. So adverbs that describe our adjectives, find the adjectives, and they ask how or to what extent. Okay. So Mr. Johnson noticed Fred's neatly combed hair. All right, so what is comb describing? Combed is describing our hair. It was combed hair, okay? And so if we would ask the question, how was it combed, or to what extent was it combed, what word would answer that? Neatly, right? So neatly is our adverb that is describing an adjective, okay? And it comes directly before the adjective that it describes. Jumping down to the next sentence, adverbs that modify other adverbs come before the adverbs they modify and usually answer how. So this is the same way with adverbs that describe adjectives. Adverbs that describe adverbs come right before the adverb they describe. Notice it says Scott very hurriedly straightened his room. So Scott straightened. How did he straighten his room? He straightened it hurriedly, all right? And how hurriedly? Very hurriedly, all right? The last sentence is the words to, so, very, never, not, and the contraction nt are always adverbs. To, so, very, never, not, and the contraction nt are always adverbs. So you guys can go ahead and do numbers 1 through 7, and then just a quick thing on diagramming our adverbs. Look over your diagrams that they have on bottom of page 7 and the top of page 8. Notice the adverb always gets diagrammed underneath the word it describes. So if it's describing our verb, then we're going to put it with a slanted line right underneath our verb, like this right here. So if it's describing a verb, it's going to go right there, right? What about if it's describing our adjective? So notice they have this example sentence. It's right here. So he noticed, what did he notice? Hair. So that would be our direct object, hair. And then it was neatly, or it was combed. That would be our participle. And then how is it combed? It was neatly combed. So neatly is our adverb that's going to go underneath the word it's describing. Same thing with our adverb that describes our adverb. It goes underneath our word that it's describing, okay? That is all for your new part today. You guys have very short penmanship today. He who forgives ends the quarrel. It's a very good African proverb. All right, that is all for your video. I hope you guys have a great Monday, and I'll see you guys later.